You're listening to Power Plug Radio, home of your throwback jams.
Morning. Morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes. Happy Tuesday.
Double and triple things around here.
That's funny.
So good morning, ladies. How are you?
Morning.
We're good.
Right.
Can't complain. Won't change nothing.
To this weather, huh?
I know. I actually know that Monday off. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was a big hit.
It's that opportunity to sleep in.
That
Yes,
too. Get
yes.
it in and get your day started.
I need to sleep in a little bit. I think that's the good part.
That is the good part.
Sleep in. So, weather today is currently 79 with a high of 88. And the humidity is 89%.
I was just saying, what that humidity do? Don't care about that.
Apparently it's doing everything today.
Precipitation is about 58% between 3 and 9 o'clock. It's the same. I mean, it's the Florida rain. So it just kind of happens that way.
It's all say hot.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the forecast for the whole week and it's nothing really changes. It's like rain,
Just
heat,
repeat.
rain, heat, rain, heat.
It's on repeat.
You're like, hello, summer.
And summer came in with a bang, girl. She was like, I'm here.
I'm out now.
Better recognize.
In quarantine, but I'm out now.
I'm out now. We outside. Isn't that it? They say we outside.
So traffic is looking pretty good. Of course, I-4, same old. But other than that, traffic's pretty good.
I'm telling you. Guarantee somebody on the side of the road, I-4. 'Cause I just don't understand.
I don't either.
I play. So today we'll be visited by Mr. Cranston Cumberbatch for Agent X2. So we'll get to check out that right there because they're bringing Hollywood to St. Pete. So
Okay.
that's gonna be exciting, and this is
Got a
part
couple
2.
of stuff going on.
I'm telling you, man.
That was based here. What about that movie about? Did we talk about it about the girls coming to do stripping?
Oh,
No, she was
Zola.
just saying that it's gonna be a movie. I don't
Zola?
think. Yeah.
Oh, it was real.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't think. Are they here? You know.
No. I think
It's about
already,
Tampa,
Yeah,
but I don't know if
already
it's
done.
like filmed in Tampa,
Okay,
like if the whole
gotcha.
thing.
It's
but
about Tampa.
It's
Yeah.
about Tampa. So they came from Ohio on a trip, and she met this white girl randomly, and it was like, oh, well, do you want to just like go and
She needed money.
they was like go and strip in Tampa. So they take this road trip. They don't know each other. They take this road trip and it just ends up being chaos. Like she elaborated on it. Like part of it was real, but she like just grossly elaborated on it.
Gotcha.
what that means.
But at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, it was a funny Twitter story. And so it's going to be funny to see it on film. I don't know how good the quality is going to be.
Right.
Previews of it though.
I started
being in my
seeing
feed,
previews of
yeah.
it too now.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's supposed to come out. I don't never listen to it, but yeah.
I think it's tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow.
gonna be really cool.
I
There's a
know.
lot of little, movies that has been filmed here, and that's so pretty cool right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
City.
I know,
area.
what was it? Ocean's 11 was filmed across from my old condo.
Oh, okay.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's real cool.
Ooh, that's
And
another
then,
movie.
you
that
know,
was
Magic Mike
yeah,
Magic
yep.
Mike.
filmed at like someplace on 4th Street.
I heard that.
I think it was Georgie, the old Georgie's Alibi.
Because ain't your boy from Tampa?
Chat.
Chat.
Yeah. I thought he was but he was
from-
stripping here. Right? 'Cause
Yes,
it was
yes,
his story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's from oh Lord, he's from Alabama, but it starts with a C.
Boy.
I was gonna say country, but he was stripping here in
I
Tampa.
think his grandparents still live in Coleman, Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man. It's been some look,
I mean, we're the place for whether they like mention the name or they just like film for like the beach
Right.
or whatever. Like,
Because Jermaine Dupri be mentioned the name. He loved Tampa.
Oh.
Because in that one song, Tampa, Miami,
Yeah.
Tampa's mentioned. You like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know.
very
I
weird.
think
It's weird because we're just like, okay.
Well, we're here. Guess that's what how they feel about Los Angeles.
Yes. I hear that a lot.
The big
They
small
be
town.
like,
That's what I call it. Not a big small town.
Big small town.
it is really nothing. Like I spent 10 days in LA and I was like, I should have
Told
gone
you.
home.
It was my shock. It was a shocker to me.
Yeah, it's like
It really
boring.
was.
And then I stayed in Hollywood and I was
Yeah.
like, this is so boring. Like I think I probably had more fun when I stayed like near Manhattan Beach and like all of that. But like Hollywood was boring and it stinks.
That's what I keep
stinks
hearing.
so bad. It smells like pee.
Girl.
Because of the homeless population. Don't they just like live in the city?
I really didn't
just
see a
like-
lot of homeless people.
No.
I didn't see. I mean, I rode
I've seen
through
more
tent
homeless
city.
people here
Yeah.
or in Atlanta than I saw.
in LA.
But that's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Like, when they talking about the tent city, it didn't look like what I thought it was. Like, tents
I mean,
everywhere.
shoot,
but
we
it
got a
was.
tent
I'm about to
city.
say, I was just a little bit, bigger than what they.
Because out there, is that where Skid Row is? Out in LA? Yeah. But, I mean, first I thought Nashville had a very large homeless population. And then Atlanta, very large homeless population. And then I came here and I was like, this is unreal. But the truth is, like, what people do is a lot of, especially when the institutions, the psychiatric institutions, when they close down, they send everyone to Florida. They give them a bus ticket and they just send them
heard
They
that.
just let them go.
Yep.
You figure it
because
out.
it's like it's warm there. You can figure it out. Like it's easier to live outside and do this and that. But like we have the homeless population has gotten way better. But like when I first moved here, it was really bad. Like they actually had to have someone to come like twice, an expert to come twice to figure out how to respond.
That's scary.
So,
But I did hear that about the putting them on buses to come here because the client and
I'm like, well, so what? They don't have they wouldn't have a contact person
Who?
when they send them to Florida.
put them on the
They just put 'em on a bus?
It depends on that person's
The
situation.
situation?
Like, think
Yeah.
about it. Mental illness, especially back then, was not like accepted.
Yeah.
If you were considered quote unquote crazy, nobody wanted anything to do with you.
Right.
So 9 times out of 10, like your friends and
ostracized.
family didn't.
Didn't
Yeah.
want to,
They didn't want to deal with this, so they're like, well, we'll just let the system
state.
figure it out. Yeah.
Sad right there. Sad.
Yeah. So that's kind of what happened, and that's why Florida has such a large population. I think someone, in the same way that they do documentaries on like LA and New York, they should probably do it
The one
on
here.
Florida.
Yeah. 'Cause that little place over there is off the chain sometimes.
That's sad.
It is. But guys, did y'all check the BET Awards last night? Well,
I
it was
did not.
Sunday night.
I
I'm talking about
forgot it
last
was
night.
on.
I saw little bits and pieces.
That's what I got, 2 bits. and
Video yesterday. I love Jasmine Sullivan
pieces. Yeah,
and
everybody said she did really good.
Ari
can
Lennox.
see.
Them voices are just off the chain.
Bomb.
I saw what's the new group with that has that song talking about leave the door open.
Oh yeah, them.
You know, I'm talking
Bruno
about the
Mars.
Sonics, but now
Bruno
it's
Mars.
a group, so they got a different name, something in Bruno Mars. But anyway, theirs was cute. I didn't see. I saw
Performances were good. Lil Nas
Queen
X
Love-
performed.
and see. I didn't see that, but I heard
At a
that was
whole
something.
Egyptian
Something
setup.
is.
Oh, it was Egyptian. It wasn't the devil this time.
No, it wasn't the devil.
I think BET was
I
like,
don't think
we not having that
I don't think he sung that
on
the
our
devil
stage.
was- yeah.
We're sorry.
I was waiting for the pole to come down. I was like, it's gonna come.
It's
out the
coming.
sky.
No, BET was like, we not having that. I'm sure BET said, nope, that's a negative.
No.
I like the tribute to Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Jasmine Sullivan
like
got
they-
album of the year, which is good.
Her album is
I mean,
fire.
Yeah.
It's fire. I don't know.
Her with the
I don't
best
know if it
female
was
R&B. Her.
Album of the year, but
Best male, Chris Brown,
of course.
of course. Best group, of course, Bruno Mars now.
I can see that.
Oh, I was gonna say that Chloe and Haley get something. Maybe they were just nominated.
They should have got something. Them voices. Good gracious,
The
relations.
City Girls perform.
Yeah, I didn't look for that one. I'm not a huge fan.
I just happened to see it. And it got best collaboration, WAP for Cardi B. And
Yes, I saw
Megan Thee
that. Megan
Stallion.
Thee Stallion. Yeah.
Yeah, and then best male hip hop artist is Lil Baby. Not confused
Did I
with
heard
Lil Baby,
Megan
but Lil
did
Baby.
good on her?
With her and DJ Khaled.
Yeah,
That was the
I
only
didn't
time
see
she
it.
performed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, best female hip hop Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay. That's
They
what's
had
up.
Sweetie in there. And video of the year was WAP.
We going. WAP would be the video of the
Video.
mind blowing, but okay.
And then best new artist. I never heard of him. Giveon?
Yes, he's got that song about Heartbreak Hotel.
No, I got to hear it.
Oh,
that
it's
ain't helped me
beautiful.
none.
Oh,
Elvis had that. didn't he?
you probably heard it and just
probably
didn't know it was
what
him.
was. Yep.
God, I forgot how that song go, but I'll get it. I'll get the rhythm for you.
So, what is his name? Kurt. Kurt Franklin got the Bobby Jones
Didn't
best
Kirk
gospel.
do a song with the baby or Lil Baby? I don't know
think
which one
so.
is which.
I heard
that they did a song.
they're gonna play it over and over again. So
They
Oh,
actually
the BT
performed
ones?
it too.
Yeah.
They performed it too. I think I saw like a headliner that they did.
then
something.
what's the name? Is it SZA?
SZA.
Scissor?
SZA.
SZA.
SZA. She got the Her Award. BET Her
Okay, nice,
Award. I didn't know
nice.
they had that.
I didn't either.
And
So
Burna Boy got the International Act. I like Burna Boy
Burna Boy
from Nigeria.
good.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
him. He always with his
His
mama.
music is nice.
Oh, he always got his mama with him. That's all.
Yeah, well.
And Viewer's Choice, Bree Runway. I never heard of her. Bree Runway.
I haven't heard of half of these people. That's why I'm sitting over here like,
Oh,
I'm
who
sure.
is this?
I'm sure that's probably another song. We don't know who is singing it.
yeah. Okay. Well, those are the top winners of the night. Well, congratulations, everybody. Look at Brandy. Look, yeah, she was nominated for the Her Award. Brandy. We were just talking
Brandy,
about her.
Brandy,
So-
regular
Yeah,
Brandy.
Brandy. Yeah.
She's so young. She just still looks so young. She looks great.
Yeah, she looked good. Did Sierra do something? She was just there.
I don't know. The only reason I knew the award show was on because I saw the thing where they were talking about the outfits.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh, BT, the award show was on.
Right. They had, limited audience. They trying to get back to
Well, last year was virtual, so.
One of our
Right,
models
everything.
went.
Oh,
The
yeah,
older
Miss
lady,
Blue,
Miss
yeah.
Blue. Girl, we had a
Yeah,
model.
yeah,
She
yeah,
was
yeah.
fierce. I loved her.
I saw her.
And she kept saying, come on, go with me. You're vaccinated. Go with me. So they were having an all audience cast call for people who were vaccinated, to be in in the audience for BET.
Because the celebrities, they were kind
Yeah.
of spread out on the little
Yeah,
second
she was
piece.
like, "I'm going. I'm gonna stay in a hostel. Let's go, do it." And I was
Ooh, a
like,
hostel.
A hostel in LA?
"Yeah." She says she know of one that she's been to, and it's pretty
Listen,
safe.
that little movie scared me to death, so I don't
Well, she
stay
said
in
this
now.
one was pretty decent, and she was only gonna be there like 2 days, so she said she was going. I said, okay. She said, come on, you should go with me. I'm like, girl. She said, go to this website, put your information in there, show them your card. Da, 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 da. I was like, girl, maybe next year.
That's about 4 or 5 people in one room in the hospital.
Yes, I stayed in a hostel in college after the movie.
Oh man.
But it wasn't supposed to be like that. It was supposed to be a guest house. And then they switched it up on us at the last minute. Like literally, they had 2 properties. We were staying in a brownstone. It was just gonna be a guest house. We had our own room. And then I don't know, the week that we were supposed to leave, they're like, oh, our property's under construction.
That's a lie.
You gotta stay at the other
that
one.
bait and switch.
And I was like, what the hell? So we ended up going to stay I didn't realize it because it's my first time in New York. And so we go on the train and it's was it Bed-Stuy Liffords, I think is what it was or something. And I'm like, we're down the street from Bed-Stuy Projects. What's really going on? It wasn't bad. It was just us and then this other white girl. And then when we were the last day, the white girl left, and then some little Indian girl came. But it wasn't bad. It just wasn't up to my standards of like cleanliness. Yeah. And like, you know, to take a shower, it was like one little stream of water coming out, and then the handle didn't work, and you had to use a shampoo bottle to like turn it on. It was just a disaster. But you know, you can only do what you can do when you're 18, and you only have so much money. Well, no, I was probably 20. But it was my first time
if you
in New
haven't
York,
experienced a trip like that, then you haven't lived. You know, when you're young, you're supposed to do that stupid stuff. That's just what you're supposed to do. I feel like, yeah, just go. I mean, you had the experience. You can check it off your list. Yeah. Yeah, we ain't doing that now, but you know.
Right. No hostel right
now. No, ma'am.
No, but it wasn't horrible. It just wasn't the best.
Different.
She said, just wasn't the best.
It was different.
I wonder if it still exists. I can't even tell you what it was. But yeah, it was all right. It was whatever.
Said, been there, done that. I'm good.
Yeah, it was just okay.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. But I mean, hey, I can say I lived through it. No one
Right,
tried to kill me or break into our room.
I know, that's scary right there. You never know who watching you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Ooh, that movie scared me.
But I think what also people have to realize is like European travel is so different than American travel. Like our standards are different, their standards are different, what they do is different. It's just different. And I haven't even been to Europe yet, but just in looking, like even the cleanliness is different.
Just that basic cleanliness, yeah.
Look,
it's
like,
different.
It always look a little.
You can tell you're in
Not
Europe.
quite.
But they're older than America.
It is. I'm gonna say
it's much older than America. It's more established.
So they doing something right.
Girl.
But yeah, it's different.
Water pressure not as strong. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. That kind of thing. Okay. Well, good to know.
Well, we'll be back, guys. We'll take a quick music break. Be back.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
It feels so good inside. I've always wanted a girl just like you. You're such a purity.
it good. Push it. Push it real good. Push it. Push it good. Push it. Push it real good.
Listening to Power Plug Radio, home of your throwback jams.
That's a jam.
All right, guys.
It's a real old school right there.
Old school jam.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back in this thing.
So many things have happened since our last show. One thing is that Derek Chauvin has been charged.
All right.
22 and a half years with 15 years eligible parole. And his mom, of course, got up and said he's not racist, he's a good man, and she's not going to be able to hug him anymore and all this crazy stuff.
Okay, that's not a problem.
And I'm like, okay, George Floyd mama, well, his mama has passed, but his family can't hug him.
At least
anyway.
you see him. At least you can see him.
Thank you.
You know.
And miss me with that.
Like, whatever.
It works my
racist.
nerves. Works
down.
my nerves. Truly does.
You know, some people are like, oh, it's not enough time, this and that. I just feel like I'm glad he got sufficient
That's
time.
what I'm saying.
Because they didn't give him
Yeah.
no 5 years or 10 years or nothing like that. You know, like,
If them people would have gave him 5 years, they would have tore up their place.
yeah.
know
So
it.
So they are.
considering the fact that many police officers get off, so he not only was charged, but, you know, sentenced a hefty sentence.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's going to go to a state where they get rid of solitary confinement. But if he goes to one of those states, good luck, dude.
So they're in like 23 hours a day, right?
No, they're getting rid of it.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, but what happens is people like him will go to places like that and they'll stay in solitary confinement to do their time because they don't want to be in Gen Pop because that's where they
That's
get
where
beat
they
up
get-
and raped and killed and all these different things. And so if they send him to a state where there is no solitary confinement,
Yeah, well, that's just way.
That's just what it is.
sir.
Well, he's a former police officer, so I expect he'll get some certain
think so.
privileges,
I think so too.
which is ridiculous, but it's okay.
I don't agree because the amount of police officers that shunned him and didn't want to be associated with him at all, like not one police officer got on the stand and took up for him.
That's true,
Not one.
but those ain't the ones in jail. So I don't know, but you could be right.
I'm just saying. I
Yeah.
just think this was the first time I've ever seen because, you know, they go tooth and nail for their people regardless if they're dead wrong.
Right.
And we've seen it time and
But
time
this one was just
again.
blatant. You can't.
But this is the first time I've ever in my life seen everybody. Not one person
Everybody.
got on that stand and said, "Oh well, yeah, no, I didn't see that." And so to me, anyone in prison who is any officer in prison who is for him, is going to probably get the same consequence that he does. So I think this is one of those things where what benefit do you get to support him?
And none.
When everyone has turned their back on him.
You're gonna get beat up if you do.
That's it. And what does that say about you and what you represent? Of course there are people who are racist and there are these all type of things. But I think out of all the officers that get treated a certain way, like he is going to be the exception because of the how heinous his crime was. It was no, was heat of the moment.
justified.
I accidentally grabbed the wrong thing. Like there was no opportunity for reasonable doubt.
The camera was right there. We saw everything.
And
From
that's
so
the
many
thing.
different angles, and then you're
Everything.
talking about 9 minutes and 40 something seconds.
Yeah, that's
like there's no there. Okay, so many other officers have gotten off because it spurred the moment. Okay, it took 3 seconds for me to pull and shoot my gun, but 9 minutes, you can't justify that in any way, shape, or form.
no, you can't. No,
So
you can't.
he may be the one that I wouldn't be surprised if the guards treat him some kind of
That's
way
what
while
I'm
he in
saying.
there.
Like
I wouldn't be surprised if they rude to him. Especially them black, because most correction officers are black.
They are black.
So I would imagine they going to treat him a little different depending on when he go. They going to have to find him some kind of boutique prison. Because
At a boutique prison.
they're gonna have to create
I don't think
this, 'cause
those
this right-
exist. Ain't nothing. Boutique and prison don't go together.
that's what they going to have to do for him. Because anything less, brother ain't going to survive.
Show ain't. They gonna have to build a part of the prison for him, cause
Just a little section.
baby.
I don't know. Well,
That's his name.
that's just what
Yeah,
it
he's
is.
Do
just...
the crime. Do the
Do the
time.
time.
So a North Carolina man was arrested for trying to sell drugs outside a rehab center.
Stop it. Oh my gosh. Stop it.
Please. That's
I
messed
mean,
up.
that is messed up.
Yes,
Come
they
on,
come
people
out.
trying to do
ready?
good.
You ready?
I guess he said, these is the best customers, right? I ain't got to do no work. I ain't got to stand on no corner. I ain't got to fight with the other people, rival gang drug dealers in the area. I just go with
Just
the
out
source.
there waiting. The man
That
in
is
jeans
so
out there
messed up.
gotcha.
That
That's
is
messed
so
up.
messed up. Jesus, that's bad.
I'm feeling
We're going to
great.
hell big time.
Let's walk the straight line.
It's
Right
funny
now.
that because the lady said they're sought to help in fighting the devil, and then the devil himself shows up at the doorstep
Sitting at your
the
door,
doorstep.
waiting for you. Come right on out.
saying,
I know you've been not been using for the last 80 days, but here you go. Try this.
That is messed up.
That
though.
is kind of messed up. Though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
should be under
people be
jail
out
for
here
that.
trying to defend drug dealers, like, oh, they just gotta eat, they just gotta do what they
Not
do.
that.
Like, you're destroying people's lives because you're hungry. You're gonna destroy the whole community because you gotta eat.
Yeah,
That makes a lot of sense.
it sure does. You're gonna eat in the same community where everybody else is suffering. That makes sense.
That makes so much sense. So much.
It is. Kind
That's why I always be like, how can you destroy the community by poisoning it with drugs and then turn around and give out turkeys and
That
backpacks
part.
and all
That
of these
part.
different things?
I want to just give back to the community. That
They
you just sucked
can't buy
life
the
out of.
turkeys. They can't buy the turkeys and
Cause
backpacks.
they busy
'cause-
buying your product. I'm gonna suck the air out of the community, but then I'm gonna give it back.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. If you're going to sell drugs, don't sell it in your community.
In your own backyard, right? Go to the other areas and sell it.
Go sell it. Like,
Sell it to the college people.
sell it to people who are not in your, like, who are in a little different. I mean, you shouldn't sell drugs.
Should be
period.
selling it, period.
But if you're going to sell drugs, don't sell it to your neighborhood.
girl,
What they
That
say,
is
don't
crazy.
don't eat where you ish.
yeah, that's it.
Well, it's a lot of eating where you're ishing.
Eating and itching. Itching and eating. Okay,
So Serena Williams will not be competing in the Olympics this year.
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not doing it.
Like, nope.
I mean, she don't have to.
It really doesn't.
She didn't even explain why. She just said, I'm not doing it.
She ain't got to get no explanation.
No, not at all.
She said, I'm actually not on the Olympic list, not that I'm aware of. And if so, then I shouldn't be on it.
Okay.
Hey, she did her thing.
Got business receipts?
Okay. Well.
I ain't got no business with you.
So, I don't know. I'm not liking the way she's looking, though. She's looking real plastic-ish.
Who's this, Serena?
Yeah, like she's had some face work done. And lightening. Some lightening. I don't like it at all.
Say that about her. Lightening up her skin and stuff like that.
Real weird. Now, Venus looks really good.
I don't know why they are already celebrities and then they decide to whiten their skin. Like, that's really weird. Like, cause did you hear, like, Sharif's supposed to be getting his skin lighted? I don't know. That's the one that's on Love and Hip. They used to date Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
and then he
Safari?
married Safari. What did I say?
Sharif.
Oh, my bad. Safari. My bad. You're like, who is that? Brother down the street. No. Something about he was posting, but everybody's like, they don't know if he's joking or not. That's what he said, but no one knows if that's him just joking around.
He's like brown skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's true because you know he's a
Well, this is how I feel. I feel like this. If you made it to a grown adult with your skin color,
that's what I'm saying. What you doing for it now? That's what I'm saying. You made a name for yourself. You are a known celebrity. Why now?
I don't know. Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's what they say, Hollywood.
I don't know.
Well, people like to reinvent themselves, y'all.
so we're gonna
you ain't gotta do
change.
that.
I'm gonna change my skin color to
I'm gonna change it all. Sammy Sosa, this thing.
Sammy Sosa. Yeah, whatever happened to him?
He looked like somebody threw acid in his face.
We on Sammy
Talking
Sosa,
about,
this
oh,
thing.
Whatever.
I did it. Tell me he did a detox. Boy, bye.
What kind of detox that
What kind of
is?
detox is that?
Detox that changes your
That's a
entire
pigment
skin.
detox.
And he was such an attractive
He
man.
was very much.
What
But
did
when
he
he got
do?
lighter, he did
What you
not
mean?
look
What he
cute.
did?
Like, I mean, like,
He bleached himself.
just bleached.
Yeah, bleach yourself every day.
Looked like Michael Jackson.
You bleach yourself every day. Yep. Tons and tons and tons and tons
Like
of bleach.
real bleach?
Oh, you
just
know the
whatever
bleaching cream.
Cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put that on every day. And then you go out there in that sun and
Bake
bake it.
and bake it.
Yep. And bake it right out
There's
you.
gotta be some side effects to that though.
Yeah, look at him.
Well,
That's a
that
side
too.
effect.
That's the instant side. But I mean, you know, like
Look at him.
Ain't got no energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
What? Man, walking around. You mean he ain't no energy.
He tired all the
I
time.
haven't seen him in the news lately, so I guess he's doing all right.
Nah, man, but you know, people got a problem with how they
He
were
said-
created.
What happened was I had been using the cream for a long time, a bleaching cream.
Yeah.
Combined with the bright TV lights, it made my face look whiter than it really is.
Who said that?
Sammy
Sosa. No, sweetie. Your hands, everything was.
He look like an albino right now.
Yeah, he did. That's it. That's what it
Yep,
was.
he look like an albino.
He said his lightened skin was an unintended side effect of using the cream and unrelated,
Come on, man. What was the
unrelated
purpose
to
of it?
race. But you know how long it takes to bleach your skin from the color that he was? First of all, them bleaching creams don't even have that much bleach.
No.
So
What if I use it for 20 years?
it don't matter. I know people that been using that stuff for 20 years and you don't see much of a difference. Actually, it starts
he
to
must
have
be
counter
using
effects. So he must be using like some cream with
Something else.
pure bleach or something, like
Yeah.
something that's
You
like
mixing pure bleach with it and putting it on the
He's
skin.
doing something
So that's
because
really
he
clean.
was
So you mean to tell me bleach
drastically,
really take the pigmentation out your skin?
that type of bleach they use, not like
like
washing
household
bleach.
What kind of bleach they use? It's some
It's some type of
Dermatology.
bleaching cream that they use because
that's
this
what
was
I'm
the
saying.
thing.
This thing here is powerful. If you can take the black off your ass.
I know, right? Your mama used to say it to you all the time.
If you can take the black off your ass, it's some powerful stuff. You hear me?
Let me see, bleaching cream versus bleach. I just want to know regular bleach. I'm curious to know the properties of it. Because an acid and a base makes a bleach smell. And so,
Funky. I said funky. Yeah. Just like you go out to the beach and you be like, what's that smell?
Right, the sulfur.
yeah, it makes it gives you a acid and base gives you like a bleachy smell. Yeah.
Like somebody cleaning.
You mix it and you're like, what's really happening?
When they shaving with the magic.
Well, that's sulfur.
Ooh,
So
that's so
that's gonna give you, because it's releasing it. Okay, let me not be the chemistry nerd. Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. That's just
Ain't
bad.
nothing wrong with it.
I do not like the smell of that.
Ugh.
So a Chase Bank accidentally deposits $50 billion in a couple's account.
How do you accidentally?
Saying it was let me tell you, I would have
billion.
I would
so fast.
listen.
Wait a minute.
I would have gotten that money.
Turn that money right back over, cause they already know where. Look here, man.
They know where
Give us our money back, cause all we gonna do is come and get your ass,
I would withdraw as much as I can to go to another country.
and then.
And then they be trying to.
Did you by any chance get a new identification?
Wait, how long
Did
did
you
you
change your name?
When did
life.
they discover?
Let me see. Let's get into the story.
I'm just trying to figure out. Did you do all this
It was
while you
another
trying to
story
leave
that
with
the
your
lady
same
said it
name?
was $1 million.
Okay, said unless so this has happened again in less than a week. So it's happened to more than one person.
Somebody else got $1 billion. Somebody got $1 billion.
So it says a couple in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, received $50 billion. Darren James stated that $50 billion was deposited into his wife's account earlier this month, and they were surprised. In the interview, he said, "I'm like, where did that come from?" And all we were thinking was, who's going to knock on our door, because we don't know anybody with that type of money. Once the couple realized there was an issue, they contacted Chase. We knew that it wasn't ours. We didn't earn it, so we couldn't do anything with it. After 4 days, Chase corrected the problem. 4 days?
Girl, you could have been in Mars.
After 4 days, Chase corrected the problem and stated there was a technical glitch. But see, the problem is getting that type of money. Like, you can only transfer so much via Zelle or via or like taking it out the bank or whatever.
And as soon as you went in there to take it out, they'd have been like,
what? The issue has been resolved on these accounts, and they are now showing accurate balances. As previously,
they done took all y'all shit. Zero. Back to zero, people.
Back to zero.
It said, as previously reported, Chase Bank deposited almost $1 billion in an account and had trouble giving the money back. Reports state that Julia Yankowski went to withdraw $20. Before stating the withdrawal, she checked her balance and realized she had racks on racks on racks to the sum of $1 billion. Someone had deposited, $999 billion. While most people would have probably been excited, Julia was horrified. Oh my God, I was horrified. I didn't know most people would think they won a lottery, but I was horrified. Julia is adamant that she doesn't want to have to repay the money because it's not hers.
That's right.
I know I've read stories about people that took the money or took out money and then they had to repay it, and I wouldn't do that anyway because it's not my money, she said. She also stated that since having the money deposited in her account, she's tried to contact the branch to return the money but hasn't received any help.
Look at Paige. Paige ready to keep the money and go on.
She's trying to return the money, and nobody is helping her to take the money back. Child, I'd have been like, Jesus, is that you?
Oh boy.
I would have been like, so what you're saying is you're refusing. I need you to tell me you're refusing this money.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
That's what the teller said. I don't know what you're talking about.
But that's the craziest thing. Like, you try to give the money back, and they don't want it. I would see that as a sign that this is just a blessing.
I've been like, okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Jesus.
All right, y'all. We got to go on break, but we'll be back with our guests.
With Amazing Crayon next.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams. You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
All right. And we are back this morning with Power Plug Radio in the morning. We have an amazing guest this morning that has showed up. What's up? Introduce yourself.
Cranston Cumberbatch, star of Agent X, the movie, and AX2 Quarantine.
All right.
So tell us more about yourself. Where are you from? Where'd you get your start? And why the movie industry? Why, I guess they call it like theater. Like how'd you get into that?
All right. Well, born and raised right here in St. Pete.
All right now.
Yeah. So I'm truly a native, and I've kind of been in the performing arts world for a long time. I got my start on television when I was 10. I was on this morning show called This Side Up. Let me go ahead and move up closer to
Yeah.
You can turn it.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, you want it on the side.
All right,
Yeah.
so right there.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me get my Barry White on. Got it. All right, so
There it is.
yeah, but so I was on this morning kids show on Channel 10 called This Side Up, and that's kind of where I got my start. But as most of those of us that are in the performing world, you get your start in church.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
I learned all my performing arts skills in church and had no idea that I was being groomed for this industry.
It's a lot of acting going to church.
Yeah.
It's a show every
You
Sunday.
have Easter plays and Christmas
Reenactment,
plays.
It's a show every Sunday. Okay.
What is it? Vacation Bible School. Now that really pushes your talents. Teach you how to sing, act, everything.
Gotta remember stuff, remember your lines.
Yes.
What's your scripture today?
Martin Luther King speeches, all
Yes,
that.
That's
you
right,
get
that's
public
right.
speaking, you
Yeah.
get it all.
Get
Gotta
it
remember
all.
Bible verses and quote them
There
and
you
all
go.
that. So I learned
What's up?
everything that I know how to do today in church.
That's all.
That's
Didn't
funny.
even realize it.
Watching Deacon Jenkins. Deacon Jenkins.
Oh wow, not Deacon Jenkins.
But from there, I then got heavy into music and started performing music. A group that I was singing with in college. We ended up getting discovered and moved out to California after school. And so I lived the recording artist life for 3 years out of school. And from there, I got the opportunity to be on some movie sets and things of that nature. And, when you see the production and how all that stuff go down, it's like,
I think I can do that.
Yeah.
And I've kind of always been that way, just watching television and seeing other kids on TV and things of that nature. And it was just like,
I could do that.
I can do that, And when I got the opportunity to, I jumped in. And
Right.
so been doing it ever since. And since I've come back home from California many years ago, in 2006, I got the opportunity to be a part of the U.S. Olympic team for performing arts.
Oh, that's
All right,
awesome.
all right.
So, so I got to compete.
That's cool.
So how does that work? Like, what are you competing doing?
So all levels of performing arts. So from singing to acting to modeling,
That's
to
cool.
dance, all that good stuff. So it was the World Championships of Performing Arts. It took place in Burbank, California.
I was ready to say
And,
that you go overseas, but it was in Burbank.
Yeah, no, it was right in
Okay.
Burbank. Competed against 52 countries in competition.
Wow.
I didn't believe it was a real thing until I actually got there. I went through all the steps, raised the funds, got the sponsorship, endorsements, all that good stuff. But I still didn't believe it was a real thing. Had the team uniform, all that good stuff.
I was like, is this really real?
That's for real, for
And
real.
it wasn't until I spoke to my first person, once we got to the performance theater where it was taking place, I spoke to this one Filipino girl who was singing Christina Aguilera.
Right.
And she was just rehearsing. And I was like, oh my gosh, you have such a beautiful voice. And then she just gave me this blank look. And then she started looking around for her interpreter.
Oh,
And
and you were like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is for real, for real.
Right. So it was at that point that I was like, okay, maybe I need to take this a little more
Seriously, yeah.
That's what happened when you're so talented. You're like,
Well, I didn't. I just thought it was a scam. I was like,
you thought it was
because it's something you probably never heard of before.
Yeah,
like, they do this, they have this, because we assume that what we see on TV is all that they have.
yeah.
Right. So wow.
So I competed in 8 categories of competition. Came home with 7 medals.
All right.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So yes. Clap for that. And that's really what kick-started me into like doing this here at home. And I realized that we didn't have anything, of this magnitude happening here. We had no role models. I know I grew up with no true role models to look up to from within the community that's actually doing this type of work to give me some type of, direction on what I can do with the talents that I have.
Right.
And so, with myself and my business partner, Jabbar Edmond, we made it a mission to engage the community and show them that this is something that this dream can be realized, and that it is something that you can get into. You don't have to take your talents elsewhere. You can live your dream and have your talents work for you right here in the beautiful city of St. Petersburg.
Okay.
That's right.
Awesome. So tell us how the first movie came about, what that was like. From
How long did it take y'all to write that one?
Yeah.
The first one, that's the brainchild of Jabbar Edmond. He actually came up with the whole Agent X franchise, and he brought it to me in pieces. He had parts, of it, and from the parts and pieces that he had, we took it and we crafted it into a full script. It took us about a good 4 or 5 months to really craft the script and get it tight. Filming wise, it took us about close to a year to film it, and that's just pretty much off and on in between schedules, things of that nature. I mean, when you're independent, you still got a real job.
Yeah,
so,
And that thing you got to do to feed yourself.
Yeah.
And
then the other cast as well. They got schedules and all this stuff. So that workaround.
Talk to us about sacrifice, man. What it takes to make these movies, man.
Oh man, when you talk about sacrifice,
some of the challenges y'all face.
You definitely have to raise your own money to do that. So we definitely have been self-funded with all of our films. You have to deal with, like I already said, schedules. You have to deal with people telling you no. You have to deal with weather. You have to deal with circumstances that are beyond your control. Baby sick, can't get a babysitter, so got to cancel the shoot today. But this is the only time you were able to be in this location, so you now got to refigure out something.
Right.
So many other things.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and people think that it's just something that you can just wake up and do. And no, there's a lot of planning and preparation, and moving pieces, and you have to be flexible. It's not anything that you can just take lightly. You have to be able to move with the flow. So yeah.
Now, do you have to let's say you film in all these different locations. Do you have to get permits to do it, or you just have to talk to the owners of these different locations? Like, how does that work?
So
hell no.
Show up.
Hell no. I'm gonna just answer that for him. We pulling up on your you hear me?
So what T is talking about, that is what's called guerrilla filmmaking.
Guerrilla filmmaking.
Guerrilla filmmaking. That's when you just pull up and you hope you don't get caught, and you just like, hurry up, let's go. We got 2 takes at the max and not mess this up. And you got to be on point. For some things you do have to pull a permit for. Definitely if it's city property, something to that effect, you have to pull a permit. Other than that, utilizing resources, people business owners, things of that nature, asking for permission to film in their space. And one of the things and credit I have to give to the business owners and a lot of the people here within the city, they've been very supportive.
That's great.
To us when it came to us filming. And, you know, it also pays too to make sure that your stuff is legit, that you have legitimate things to show, you know, and show that you're working with quality material.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Because no one wants to be misrepresented by being a part of, you know, what you are showcasing to the world.
Right.
And so for us, we are all about, you know, showcasing the beauty of our city, the beauty of our community, the beauty of, you know, the people that live here and places that exist here. And so that's what we're all about.
And so what did it feel like when you saw the finished product? And I think you guys had like a premiere. What did that feel like?
It's surreal.
Oh, wow.
We've done plenty of premieres, you know, over the past 5 or 6 years, and there's not been one that surreal feeling still doesn't hit like, wow, this is really happening. Like, wow, I'm on the big screen, you know, like our work is like right there. And you dream of that, you know, you dream of one day when you're sitting in that seat watching someone else's stuff, you dream of that being you.
Yeah.
And when it actually is you, it's like, wow, you know. And so now the drive continues to be, how do you get the rest of the world to engage in that?
Yeah.
Talk about how it feels to be a black man and a father, and what that feels like to have your son with you at some of your set on the set during some of the takes, and you know, for your premieres, and you know, and your family. Talk about that.
Man, that's a surreal feeling too. You know, when your offspring is able to be a part of what you do. You know, you definitely try not to force it on them. You know, I kind of feel like Will Smith, you know, because he had his son Jaden,
right?
You know, from when he was little. You know,
he played in movies with them.
Yeah,
He was little.
You know, and so to be able to
And Willow too.
Yeah,
yes,
Willow.
That's
Willow
right.
as well.
That's right.
And to be able to, you know, share that platform,
together,
you know, it's like a cool thing. Now I will say my son's named after me. So when they're telling me don't talk about it.
They calling in. Big brother
like,
watching.
shut up.
Like, hold up.
Giving away too much. No. But yeah, it is a surreal feeling, you know, to have him be in. He's been in more than one film with me.
Oh, nice.
You know, so he's in the first Agent X, and then there's a series that we're also shooting called Simi, the movie that's done by Debbie Garrett, who's also on our team. Okay. And he plays the younger version of me in that.
Oh,
in that
how old is your
series. He's now 12.
That's cool.
So yeah, so
That is cool.
That's awesome. So how did you get him interested?
Yeah.
Did he just kind of come to you, or did you kind of like, hey, you want to be a part of this? Like, how did that work?
so I come from a Caribbean household.
Okay, so everybody
you voluntold him.
Basically, it's like,
basically.
hey, his script needs to learn these lines. You know, and
Everybody got work.
You come
Everybody
with me
got
tomorrow.
work.
Yes,
That's right.
yes,
That's
yes.
right.
You know, we had this conversation a couple of a while ago about like, you know, when you have a business or some vision or some dream, and including your kids, and how oftentimes your kids don't want to be a part of it because they don't want to spend all your time, but they don't understand the value. Like, I don't want you to go work at Walmart or McDonald's or this thing. Like, I want you to be right next to me, because when you get 18, you have a full resume that say you were the manager of this, director of this.
Yes.
Like, it sets you up in a great place.
It opens the mind. You know, a young mind is so impressionable, and if you have them doing things at a very young age, I think creatively, and it just really sparks some of those things, because they don't learn that in school. You know, school tell them, oh, you just go to school, get a degree, get a job, and when you put them in things like arts and crafts and that they can use that imagination. I mean, I feel like they're better, period, because their mind is a little more open.
Yeah, it is. And I'm grateful to my parents, you know, especially now, because like I said, I grew up in a Caribbean household. It was forced. Yeah. It was, you know, when it came time, you know, and you just did it. But over time, I grew to really, you know, fall in love with the arts, you know, and really embrace the healing power of the arts and see how it affects people. You know, for you to be talented. I remember being in high school. We used to like sing in the stairwell, you know, and rap because of the acoustics and things of that nature. But the people that it drew to that one space, like during lunchtime every day, you know, and you see how people reacted to you exhibiting your talent, and the people that were getting inspired to show their talent, you know, and just the friendships and camaraderie and just what the arts brings together. Seeing the power of that is really what inspired me. And so I became even more grateful for the push to be in the arts.
Sometimes you need that. I feel like a lot of times parents are like, oh, I'm just going to let you decide and be creative. And then they're like 30 and they're still trying to figure out what they want to do.
Right.
Because kids are kids.
Yeah.
They don't know what they want.
Right.
So it's just like giving them some level of direction and saying, okay, I'm going to, you know, it's one thing if you're totally forcing them to do something they just have no passion for.
Right.
But if you're 5 or 6, how do you know what you have a passion for? Or even 10, like you don't really know. Yeah. So exposing
even
them
18.
to, right, you know,
I mean,
exposing them to different things, you know, as a parent, I think that's part of a parent's job, is exposing them to different things.
But I think that in our community, what's happening is, you know, a lack of time. You know, a lack of time and a lack of influence. So, you know, when it comes to our young black males, you know, a lot of them don't have the father figures to teach them, or the time, or the fathers that have the time, right? So if you have a black father in your household, he's providing for, you know, the family or whatnot, and he rarely probably has time to, you know, to teach you or to show you a lot of different things, because you know, it's people living check to check.
Yeah.
Or, you know, somebody unemployed, or it's just one, or it's just a single mom in the house. You know, there is a lot of misled and misguided young boys out here. And we talked about that a little earlier, I think, off the air, about the 4 little boys that just got caught in Polk County. The 5 little boys that just got caught in Polk County for robbing and conspiracy and, you know, and misguided.
Yeah.
15 to 18 years old. It's 5 of them just done screwed up their life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's something that we talk about a lot. The fact that, you know, these boys are fatherless. But the fact that we have role models out here like yourself, like Jabbar, like, you know,
like
Brother
yourself.
Reno. Yeah. You know, I don't want to, you know, but yeah, you know. But the thing is, man, we have to get more engaged with these young boys. And I think that providing them with different outlets like you guys have been doing, showing them that movies can be made by people that look like them.
Yeah.
Right in their home city.
Right.
I think that, you know, you guys should, you know, put more emphasis on that as far as filmmaking goes. You know, all of the aspects that goes into making a film.
Yeah.
All the components, all the different jobs it takes, right? You know, it's just, when you talk about arts in this particular city, that's a major outlet for a lot of people here.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people come here.
Yeah.
Because it's a very creative and open city.
Yes.
Very creative. It's becoming diverse, you know, to a very high extent. And the thing is, our boys don't have that outlet. They don't have a lot of arts and crafts that are being taught to them. They don't have a lot of different opportunities to where they can be taught something different, and they end up, you know, they're consistently being put in that particular situation, or being, you know, like parents, but, you know, are deliberately taking their children to the football practice. Yeah. Right, to basketball practice. They're making a way to get them there, right? But they're not making a way to get them to do anything else creative outside of the box. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I want to put my child in martial arts, right? He wanted to play football because all his friends was playing football.
Right.
So the peers are an influence as well. So this is what, you know, back in the day when I was a kid, my mom used to always, or my grandmother, I used to want something, and they used to do the opposite. Yeah, I know you want this, but I'm gonna do this over here because you need to you need to explore something different.
Something different.
You've
right.
already done that. You know how to do that. You good at that. Here's something else. Let me drop you in the
let me
because
challenge you
to do something different. So this is as parents, that's what we have to do for our kids, because a lot of times we want to be friends with the kids, right? At an early age.
Right.
We want them to know we love them to death. We care about them, and when they cry, we ready to fix it. Stop them from crying, right? But we don't realize that that's only going to help them in the long run.
Yeah.
Right. So I just turned 40. My son texted me, right? Almost had me drop a tear like that. Because again, it's like, you don't know. I didn't have a role model as a parent either. I didn't have a father there for me either. So when we doing this, fellas, we learning on the fly.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But I know that what I went through, I want to prepare him for at a younger age than I had to go through it later on in my life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So putting him in that position early, you know what I'm saying, and then challenging him, right? Not letting it be easy for him was something that he came back and said, Dad, thank you for everything you talked to me about, because what I do now is every time I'm trying to make a decision, I think about what you told me when I was a kid.
Right.
Because it just made me a better man. Because you made me ready for the world.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You didn't coddle me into thinking that the world was going to be this nice, peaceful, place where I can just grow up and do whatever I want. You made it real to me. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So I made it real to him. So now he doesn't feel like, oh, well, the world owe him anything. You see what I'm saying? He can take a rejection. He can take no. He can take no for an answer. He can, you know what I'm saying? He understand authority. He understand, okay, this is what you need to do. This is not what you. So the thing is about choices. And I told him that at 12, at 10, you see what I'm saying? 13, choices. I don't live your life. You're going to live this life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And a lot of young boys need to hear that.
Yep.
I had a young boy come in the shop Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And he came in with his daddy and his grandma and with 4 of his other brothers, right? And they came in the shop and he had his hair like crazy, wild, and he wanted to keep this hair. But I had a real talk with him right in front of his mama and his grandma and his daddy. I said, you need to cut this. I said, you need to cut this, bro. I said, when you're out here, the first thing I seen when you walked in the door was your image, your appearance. You see what I'm saying? That's the first thing I recognize. Not how smart you are, not how memorable you are, not how many A's you get on your report card, not how good you may be in school, not your character. None of that stuff is what I see when I first see you. So what do you think the police see when they see you? What do you think when other people see when they see you coming in the door like this? What do you think? I mean, when you go for a little girl, you want her hair to be nappy like yours? When you talking to a little girl, you want her hair to be all nappy like yours? Do you want to be presented like that? Represented like that? And I'm talking to him like this in front of his daddy. Because his daddy
let him come out like
let him come
like
out the house like this. His daddy allowed him to let his hair grow like this. His daddy allowed this to happen, right?
What did the daddy hair look like?
And his daddy hair was cut. His daddy hair cut nice. But
How old was this young man?
He was like 16 years old.
Oh no.
But the thing is, it's about, and I tell fathers this too, it's not always on the father. Sometimes they need reinforcements. And the mother needs it a lot more than the father do. Because the father's there, he's doing the best that he can. Like I said, a lot of us don't have the role models to know how to do this stuff. To be a good parent. What is a good damn parent? What is a good damn parent?
Up for discussion.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. And everybody thinks that their parents were good parents. Some of us.
No, I'm laughing.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm doing that because I'm saying when people go back and look back at what they thought was good, parenting, they're
wasn't really good parenting, right?
That ain't
it. And this is what we go through though as children. We're raised by parents that don't know what the hell they doing.
The thing is, like in our community, we've been basically just passing down tradition. Yeah. All the way back from slavery. This is what was done, so this is what I'm gonna do.
Right.
This is what's done, this is what I'm gonna do. So it's up to us because we know better to do better.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
this particular approach is not the right approach.
It's not the right approach.
So now that we know better, we have to do better. And if you can continue with the tradition now that you know better.
And I was
It's
talking
all
about that.
on you.
I was talking about that with a guy, one of my clients as well, with his son in the shop. I was like, listen, we grow up knowing that we've been lied to,
Yeah.
but we continue to perpetuate them only because we want to make the kids feel better.
Because people be like, oh, well, XYZ happened to me and I'm fine. And it's like, you lying.
You're not fine.
Because you in therapy right now.
Or you need to be.
need to go to therapy.
need to. That's
You have
what I'm
all these trauma responses to different
Yes,
things. Somebody
yes,
pick up a shoe
yes.
and you doing like this and all of this and you
Yeah,
talk
but
about
you
you're
good.
fine.
Yeah.
No, you're not fine.
not
Stop
fine.
telling that lie.
Yeah.
You got anxiety, low self-esteem, anger, all of this, and you fine.
But that's the thing, Cran. We have to, as black men, right? We put on we have the responsibility, I believe, to continue to put the positive messages out there that we're doing. You got, again, like I said, we got the Smart as the New Image campaign, right? You guys have been doing that for a long time, and we know that goes with not only with image but also with our professions, right? And the things that we do and the things that we love. It's just we have to continue to put the message out there, right? That we have opportunities for these kids to do other things. There are other platforms out here for them. They can be actors, right? They can be production managers. They can be engineers behind the
Anything they
scene.
wanna be.
They can be light sound man. They can learn how to do directors, producers.
Be designers. They could be
Those types of
all that.
opportunities are out there for them. They just need platforms to be able to get
Exposure.
into those particular areas. And I think that you guys are doing a great job with the movies that you're coming up with, the messages that you guys are putting out. Tell us about what Agent X is actually about. Agent X2. Tell us the plot for the movie.
So for Agent X2, he is back on the scene.
Can you start with Agent X1?
Yes, I was gonna say.
There is, I think, some
no.
listeners, because we have listeners who are not from St. Pete.
That's
Right.
me.
So
Okay.
they may not know
All right, so-
first.
no
So let's
idea.
start with the Agent X1 and then move into two.
So let's back on.
Okay.
Agent X1. Agent X1. Now that drones have been made public, meaning anyone can fly them. My character is brought in to find out who's behind some recent drone attacks, where some key officials and people are getting taken out by these things.
Okay.
So my character's brought in to find out, who's behind it. And so in his investigation, he winds up finding himself getting wrapped into this deep world of bitcoins and cryptocurrency and hitmen and all this good stuff here in modern day St. Pete. And through that, he winds up, asking himself the question of how far is too far, as he goes through his journey of being a secret agent.
Okay.
And so in that, we pretty much follow his life in this journey as he tries to find out who's behind, these attacks and things of that nature. And in part two continues to take him on a totally different mission, to where now he's being brought in to look for some missing men who were a part of a data firm. And now that there's this thing called big data, and big data is, one of the hottest commodities right now in the world. It's bigger than gold. It's bigger than diamonds. It's bigger than all of that good stuff, because big data is basically our information trading. And like right now, being on Facebook, Instagram, all those good things, our information is being sold and traded per second. And the algorithms that are being generated through the sharing of this, through the things that buttons we push, things we like, all that good stuff, there's big money that's really wrapped into that. And so in part 2 of Agent X, my character's brought in again to find some missing men in this data firm, and he winds up again finding himself getting wrapped into a deep world of big data, espionage on a higher level. And it's just I don't know. I almost want to just read the synopsis.
Yeah, go ahead.
Read that.
So, in this exciting sequel to the indie hit film produced by Dreammakers Productions, starring Cranston Cumberbatch, me as Agent X, our hero returns to the underworld of cryptocurrency, cybersecurity, and big data, and finds himself once again tangled in a deep web of murder, money, and revenge while in the midst of a world shut down from the COVID-19 pandemic. Faced with uncompromising circumstances, he finds that revenge is an epidemic that can't be contained. I should have just did that the first time.
No, that's okay. We like it in your words.
Yeah.
But you know, and we filmed this movie during the pandemic.
Really?
And it's titled Quarantine, and it encompasses that within the film. And it was a true journey and experience in making this movie. We got to travel to make this film, and we got to use the city of St. Pete. We got to use Las Vegas, Arizona as our film sets. And with Florida being more open, that's what allowed us to be able to independently work following the COVID safe set guidelines for smaller crews to work. And then when we traveled to the other cities like Las Vegas and Arizona, things of that nature, they were still on some semi-quarantine.
Right.
So where we were, like early quarantine, they were just getting to those places. So we were still able to work within those cities and take advantage of there being less people out.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. You filmed the first one. Obviously, we didn't have the pandemic, but now you're filming in the midst of the quarantine. Was it easier to film because it was less people, and
to a large degree, yes. It was easier because you didn't have to worry about if you got somebody's like full face in a shot
that weren't supposed to be.
Then you got to go chase them down and say, "Hey, can I get you to sign a waiver form?"
That part.
Okay.
So
you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so it made it a lot easier. Most of the times, when we do film, we have the permission to be there.
Yeah. Right.
So if we're like in a restaurant and they say, "Hey, you guys can film here, but it's going to be during business hours," they'll either give us a nice section, or if there are people in that section that we're filming, we let them know, "Hey, we're shooting a film. You turn your head towards the camera. We're going to have to make you sign a waiver form." But we're able to make them aware. But to answer the question, it was a lot easier to film.
I would think so.
But I mean, that's Hollywood anyway. They make sure that when they film, they control the set. So every person moving, everything moving,
it's
typically they're the extras and stuff like that.
That's all staged and crafted to happen that way.
Yeah.
So for us to be able to live that part of the Hollywood experience was also an amazing part of this journey.
That's cool. That's cool. So when does the movie premiere, and how can we watch it?
So this is a summer blockbuster. So somewhere between the middle or the end of the summer, we'll be ready to premiere this. It will be at Sundial AMC.
Okay.
So we are looking to have another great city turnout to support this film. There are some faces that a lot of you will recognize in the movie, and places that a lot of us will recognize in the movie as well. Okay. We have some amazing talent as far as cast in this one. We had some amazing talent in part one. We have even more amazing talent in part two. We're going to introduce some new actors to the scene, and you guys are going to love them. They brought some really great performances to this. That's awesome. You're really going to like the bad guy.
So is there anyone else that's in the movie that's from St. Pete, or is it just you?
From St. Pete, I have to think. Now you got me looking at the cast.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. Right.
You gotta just wait till the movie come out, man.
The movie come out.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't know the people, how are we gonna know they from St. Pete?
True.
That's the thing. You'll know if they're from St. Pete.
How?
Because I'm not from the St. Pete. I don't know anybody.
Right.
Other than you guys.
You'll see the names, and then you can just.
They have their. Does it have their city?
Yep. No, I don't.
You know what? Actually, I think I think it may be 2 or 3 other people.
Okay.
One might be in this room, but
Okay.
Chandra, yeah. Chandra's in the movie, y'all.
Yeah, right.
one might be in this room.
I don't
That's,
think it's no
actually,
Chandra.
That is awesome.
That's why he said that. Oh man.
But
Just watch.
but yeah, but
Watch and see.
we are really excited for the to show
I'm
this movie
excited.
to the
I'm
city.
like, I gotta go. So how can I watch the first one? Is it on any of platforms, Netflix, any of those?
So it's not on any major streaming platforms as of yet. We're still working through some distribution deals as far as that's concerned. But it will be on a streaming platform very, very, very soon.
Okay.
And we also got some other projects coming down the pike as well behind Agent X. We're working on a cartoon for Agent X.
Nice.
We're working on comic books. We're working on
That's what's up.
action figures. So
Yeah.
I might
Oh
have
wow.
That's
That's
what
awesome.
Agent X action figure here pretty soon.
I like action.
Bobblehead.
Yes, there you go.
Listen.
So yeah, so
You're gonna be the next Marvel.
yeah, so we're really working on the franchise of this whole Agent X series, and over the summer we'll also have some other releases of some other projects. We have a romantic comedy called Nothing Else Matters that will be. We have a couple episodes already done, but we're gonna finish filming and shooting that and releasing those episodes. We have Semi the series, which is a supernatural drama. That also we're working on finishing those episodes for that as well, and we have a going back to what T was saying in engaging the youth and the community in what it actually takes to make a movie. We have a summer arts intensive program that we're going to be starting up within the next couple of weeks, where we're actually going to be engaging not just the youth but actually the community in the art of filmmaking. And we're going to give them the tools in a master class with the Dreammakers team. And in this master class, we're going to, just take you step by step on how we come to production, and then give you the tools to go out, create something of your own, bring it back, and be a part of the Agent X showcase.
Oh wow.
When we get ready to screen.
Cool.
So
That's pretty cool.
we really
Very
are
nice.
engaging the community and really helping to let people know that this is possible.
It's out here.
Yeah.
And
That's
that we
awesome.
can do it. So
I
that's
like
where we
that
are.
empowerment.
I do.
Yes.
I do. Definitely.
Yes.
Wow. What time is it?
Oh, it's
All right, so
9:40.
yeah, so we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Sit back and relax. Get you some coffee.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
I was dreaming when I wrote
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
It's been 7 hours and 50 days since you took your love away. I go out every night and sleep all day since you took your love away. Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. I can see whomever I choose. I can eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant, but nothing, I said nothing can take away these blues, 'cause nothing compares to you. It's been so lonely without you here, like a bird without a song. Nothing can stop these lonely tears from falling. Tell me, baby, where did I go wrong? I could put my arms around every boy I see. They only remind me of you. I went to the
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
All right. And we are back this morning.
Yes. Did y'all see? I didn't see it. I'm just seeing the after effects, the verses with Bow Wow and Soulja Boy.
Oh my God.
Let me tell. I haven't seen it, but the videos have cracking me up.
I don't want to see it.
Listen, I saw someone on Facebook was talking about it was on, and I don't know. I gave up on verses a while ago, and so I was like, I'm not watching this. I'm definitely not watching this. But apparently it was so epic because that's all like social media is talking about. And so I'm on the Shade Room and they're like showcasing like, you know, all the different videos, and like Bow Wow was bringing all these people out or whatever. And then Soulja Boy brought Lil Romeo out. And so they were able to put their beef, their 20-year beef. That's the first time they were ever on stage for 20 years.
Really?
And so they put their beef aside or whatever beef it was. And, you know, Romeo being the person to kind of introduce it or whatever. But apparently this Versus was something else. Like, I don't even have the type of time to watch it.
Soulja Boy and
Bow Wow. Yeah. So they were just, it was a mess. I heard it was a mess.
Yeah, because didn't Bow Wow bring out Marion out?
Mm-hmm.
He did.
Why?
Oh, Erica said it was a mess.
Why?
So she bought the Brat. So yeah. And I know
How was it supposed to be a battle between just the two of you, and y'all bringing all these other people?
It gave me a headache. It gave me a headache. Yeah, I didn't even have the brain cells to lose to watch.
Too many people on stage, you know. We extra.
So I mean, do we know who won? You know how they say
Everyone says Bow Wow won, but I don't know.
I don't think there was a winner.
That's what some other people said. Like, I don't really think it was a winner.
Soulja Boy, he just
but apparently it just had a lot of people. Well, I guess the millennials, because that's their whole like whatever. But it was just captured. Like everybody was just captured because that's all I see. And I'm like, well, nobody was. Was I the only one not watching this on Saturday?
No,
like, what are y'all doing?
I don't watch it.
I don't watch any of them.
I'm waiting on the new one.
Tiffany said, I saw like 10 minutes of it. Erica said Soulja Boy played the same song three times. Not,
That's probably the one he played.
now-
Whoa.
People, we gotta get a life.
for sure.
We gotta get a damn life,
It was-
okay?
it was
If you watching Soldier
entertaining.
Boy and Bow Wow go at it, boy, you need a
that's
life.
True, that's true. But it was
I'ma just say that.
entertaining during the quarantine because it wasn't nothing going on, so it was fun, right? But I
He
feel
played
like
Superman.
Well, now they're making it
Superman.
productions. Like it's
I know.
not like someone.
Oh my God.
Now they're in person.
Yes.
They're renting out these big
Yes,
places.
yes.
They're actually performing.
went to a different
like
level.
now it's
So now they selling tickets for this shit.
Basically, they doing
well,
concerts.
I guess
selling
they're selling
tickets for
tickets
Versus?
because people are there
Yeah.
in the audience,
Live
but they're
audience.
selling like big places now.
What?
I don't think Soldier Boy had enough music to battle Bow Wow. I don't think so either.
No, I don't think no
Because
idea.
Bow Wow, first of all, started when he was like 5,
Yeah.
6, whatever. Even though they're about the same age, he probably still had like a 10-year,
Yeah.
10-year start. So, and then Bow Wow, in my opinion, like really can rap. Like he really had songs that you could like, whatever, dance to,
Yeah.
whatever. Because
Yeah.
look at the people who groomed him.
Right.
Soldier Boy just.
Came out of nowhere and did some songs. With
I mean,
some
now he
dances. Now he's good.
revolutionized what hip hop looks like, but I blame him for the mumble rap culture. Like
Soulja Boy?
I blame him for
he
what
was
we
the
have
first
now
one.
because he's changed.
No, he was not.
He's changed the culture. 2007, he came out with that, and it just became this thing. Like, oh, I really don't know how to rap. I don't have to have no bars.
Need a hook and a good
I'm
beat.
gonna say a good beat.
Yeah, and I just it needs to be enough to get people dancing. And I feel like he started that dance craze because then it was the Soldier Boy, the Batman, the Superman, the Spider-Man.
It wasn't that
All
many
the
bands.
man.
It was
Yes,
just
it
two
was.
men.
No.
It was just two men.
No, it was a Spider-Man. There was a Superman.
He didn't have no Spider-Man, girl.
No, he
He had
didn't.
Superman, and he had. I'm talking about Soldier Boy.
No, he didn't do Batman either.
No.
And he didn't do the Spider-Man either,
We
but
just-
they was out.
Who did? What Soldier
He
Boy did?
inspired some random people to do it.
Yeah.
I thought he did Superman.
Superman, that whole, and what's the other one he did? Clap that.
Yeah, the one they doing now.
The only one I know.
Don't-
Oh,
she gotta-
clap.
The clap
And
that,
that other
and
one.
then he got another one. Y'all remember, man? Soldier Boy is a platinum artist.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
He
saying that's the thing. He
sold-
revolutionized the rap game.
I don't know
But
I don't know what Bow Wow did.
Bow Wow
I
gave
just see him in a couple movies.
no
and they
Bow
was terrible.
Wow. No, but to
And
me,
his-
Bow Wow. Well, no, Soldier. Well, they're both successful and they're outside of the movie. Yeah,
I'm
outside
talking
of
about
the
as far as
music.
the music goes.
Oh yeah, Bow
Soulja
Wow
Boy.
had us hopping.
I mean, he had the girls doing that. The boys wasn't really on Bow Wow like that. Guys was not on Bow Wow at all. I don't know anybody was listening to damn Bow Wow CDs.
Hip hop genre back then.
I don't know who had a Bow Wow hip hop
They
CD.
weren't on it. They
No.
they were leaning against the wall.
Yeah, nigga
you
wasn't on that.
know, whatever,
Nigga wasn't on
whatever,
that.
whatever. You know, hip hop wasn't.
We
You
wasn't
didn't
on
go
that.
to a hip hop.
Did you
party
see?
and
Did you see? Boy,
Unless it was Salt and Pepper or
Let's say
something like
Soulja
that.
look
what you
like a
seeing?
crackhead.
What you seeing? Boys talking about B2K?
B2K.
Hell no, we weren't talking about no damn B2K.
But this is the thing, though. I think they
That's what I'm
have
saying.
very
No.
different genres, and Soldier Boy changed the game in
And
terms of. But
Bow Wow did not.
It didn't change it in a good way, in my opinion. Like it just opened the door for a bunch of poor quality
Ridiculousness?
and good beats.
A lot of good. A lot of
No
ridiculous.
bars, just good beats and
Good videos, not the
mumbling.
videos.
And
And
the videos
mumbling.
had a bunch of women
Videos.
half naked, so there you
Well,
go.
that's in every damn rap
right,
video.
but that's what I'm saying.
That's all rap videos and rappers have in the videos.
Oh, somebody looking like a crackhead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did look.
Yeah, Soulja Boy did come out looking like a little crackhead, but he was a child. Y'all think about it. He was a child with a robe
No, he
on.
look like a crackhead now.
Oh, right now he do like a crackhead.
How?
No, he detoxing.
looking
He's
at
just
the-
trying. He detoxing.
Looking
y'all.
at the two of them, Bow Wow drank too much, and Soldier Boy do too much drugs. Cause Bow Wow got that uncle
Fat,
drink too much
yeah,
look,
yeah,
and Soldier Boy got that I smoke too much crack look.
See, Bow Wow looking like Jermaine Dupri.
Bow Wow did, yeah.
Bow Wow looked like he been drinking too much Hennessy and it started to seep through his pores.
Yep, like his uncle Jermaine.
That's what it looked like. Just saying, he look a little, and I'm saying we all gain weight, especially when you get past your 30s. You start to gain weight. Your body operates differently or whatever.
But he
got that bloated look, like he been sipping.
Like to a point where they need it now.
Yeah. He waking up drinking.
Lord, Bow Wow.
I'm just saying, Bow Wow didn't do nothing for the dudes, man. It was all the girls, the young girls. He was out there.
Don't get mad at
you know what I'm saying? You know.
He was doing the right thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, we
But
don't.
let me tell you about this though.
We would rather see Soulja Boy.
Y'all, I didn't know this, but Bow Wow bought into the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's paid. He don't have to work another day in his life.
No, neither do Soulja Boy.
I think he had to even before buying in the Fast and Furious. I think
Neither do Soulja Boy, y'all.
Why he just on like one movie?
Fast and Furious,
Just one.
basically. I don't think he did more than one, but he was smart.
No, but he bought into it.
Yeah, he was smart enough to get in on it. Yeah.
However, his net worth is not high at all. That means he got a lot of debt.
Ooh, what is it?
that?
His net worth is $1.5 million.
What? That's all?
You would think.
Who?
So Bow Wow. His net worth.
It's only 1.5.
Yep.
Oh, so Soulja Boy got that at the crib.
So, but this is the thing though. When you're looking at
Ben had that. What
but
you
when
mean,
you're-
nah?
When you're looking at net worth, you're talking about
Soulja Boy Ben had that, man.
assets versus liabilities.
He's got
So that doesn't mean that he doesn't have access to a lot of stuff. He just don't own a lot of stuff.
Hey, what we said with Donald Trump? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, so Soulja Boy has a much higher net worth. He has
way
much less
more.
debt. He has
Way
$30 million.
hell more.
Sure, because you know he.
Who the hell is? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Who the hell is Bow Wow, man? Soulja Boy was the man.
Well, I can't wait for the next verse.
Bow Wow was nothing.
Mary J. and
Mary J. She said she
I thought she said she
wasn't
wasn't
doing
gonna do it.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the
No,
latest.
she was
I just saw the pictures
on,
yesterday.
Oh, really?
Show, and they said she wasn't doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I
Because it
remember
supposed to
she
been her
said
and,
that,
the
but
girl,
that don't mean she didn't
Braxton.
change her name.
Braxton.
Tony Braxton.
Yeah.
I think that was a play one.
Oh, just to get everybody around.
Yeah, they did that a while ago.
Oh snap!
Yeah, they did that a while ago.
Look at man.
Somebody said that. Oh snap! Ashanti.
Ashanti, and who was that? She was doing it.
Trina.
Keisha Cole.
Trina.
No, Ashanti did it with Keisha Cole.
I didn't see that one. How was that? A hot mess too.
First of all, they had to redo it 3 times. Keisha had an attitude. She was half an hour late
They
or
said
an
she
hour
was
late.
drunk, too.
Like it was just bad. It was just
Don't want to sing no more. That's why she
just was
retired.
boiled.
She didn't want to do it no more. She over this. She just want to raise her kids.
I haven't watched none of them, so
I mean,
I don't know.
not since Swiss them let it go.
See, I liked.
They don't have it.
Oh, they don't
anymore.
have it no more?
Oh, Swiss is not
They
part
don't- I
of
think
it.
they
Versus?
sold it to. They sold
Oh,
it,
well,
what,
that's
to
why it's
Sony or
trash
something?
now, and that's why it's
They
just
don't- they don't have
idiot.
it
See, when
anymore.
they were doing it, it was classic.
It was good.
It was
yeah,
classic.
It was good.
Yeah, that must be why it's changed.
But
Exactly
why would they
it's
do
changed.
something
Yeah,
like
why
that?
do you keep on that?
I guess they made the money, and then them people.
Yeah, but that
I
could have just
forgot
been
who it
our
was that
stuff. Like,
bought it.
why we can't never just keep our stuff?
They don't own it.
They could have just sold some stock and still been 51% ownership of it. Like, why you gotta sell it all outright?
Hey,
So
you guys, it is that time.
Is
And I want
it?
everybody to have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yes.
And it's been Power Plug in the morning. We'll see you guys in the AM.
All right, peace out, y'all. Have a good day. Peace.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your
Whose world is this?
The world is yours. The world is yours.
It's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this?
It's yours.
It's mine, it's mine, it's mine.